Classic cars. They're admired and prized by enthusiasts the world over. And there's one man on a mission to help keep them on the road.
That is lovely.
This is Colin Denton. He's passionate about classics and a font of knowledge.
Do you know what the best thing for that? Probably some baker foil and some water.
One thing all classics have in common, they break down.
I've got a problem with the horn.
Every time I do a long journey.
But Colin has got the solution. Tinker Days.
We're saying, come in, we've got ramps, we've got jacks, we've got axle stands. You're actually bringing it into a workshop so that you can repair it and the mechanic can help you to do it.
In today's Tinker session, a Triumph Spitfire with an unusual fuel gauge.
This is my scientific petrol gauge.
Okay.
I simply stick it in the tank.
Right. So just under half.
Yeah.
An electrified Austin-Healey causes quite a stir.
What on earth is that? Everything about it is perfect. I would love to own this car until I get to the jewellery box.
And the boys see the classic car season out in style at Goodwood Revival.
This is home, isn't it? The cars, the mechanics, the repairs.
What a tinker session this has turned out to be.
This was basically a dream car of mine when I was a kid.
The classic car season might be drawing to a close, but at the classic car garage, the forecourt is filling up fast.
Must have been resprayed relatively recently. I mean, look at this. You can see your face in it.
Inside, Colin is admiring his own classic as part of his preparation for one of today's tinkers.
What you're looking at here is my pride and joy. It's a 1977 3-litre Triumph Stag automatic. It makes me smile when I drive it. I searched for about 3 years to find this particular coloured car with this particular interior with the specification for this year. It took that long because that's how long it takes if you're looking for a classic car.
But not if you're Colin's friend, Richard Goldborn, the owner of the first classic to grace the garage. Despite dismal sales in the 70s, the British-built and Italian-designed Triumph Stag has become an ever-popular tourer in the classic car market. This fine-looking 1978 example is a soft-top convertible, complete with the optional hard-top roof. And Richard liked this one so much, he purchased it at an online auction before he'd even seen it.
I've always liked them. My uncle had one. I loved it back then. And to have an opportunity to buy something like this, the amount of looks you get, it's just, I think, the sexiest looking retro car that there is. Maybe an E-Type. It just has character.
It might have character, but it also has issues that Richard's fellow owner and Stag specialist Colin will be able to cure.
Richard, great to see you
What's
again.
up, Carl?
Oh,
You all right?
Yes, look.
Yeah?
You bought it in.
It's a sexy beast.
It is
Do
a
you know what I
sexy
mean?
beast.
Bit like me.
Well, since I last saw you, any burning issues?
Niggly ones. Like all of us, you get a bit older, you know, things start to fall off. Things start to leak. That shouldn't.
As well as the occasional leak, Richard's 44-year-old classic is suffering from a common case of arthritis.
It's not often we get two Stags in the workshop. I mean, that one will start getting jealous.
Which is making the Stag soft top now frustratingly hard to unfold.
It's a mission to take this off, and it's really just to see whether it's a quirk of the car or we could just make things a lot simpler.
You go that side,
Right.
I'm going on this side.
Okay.
And we're going to start by undoing the top lever. We just pull it across.
Right, done that.
That's it.
The soft top is cleverly stowed away behind the rear seats. To access it, first you need to completely remove the roof.
So that's it unlocked. And I'm going to hold this here. Just inside there is a lever. If you could just pull that lever up. That's it, lovely. It's free.
Well, the hard top was easy enough to remove, but what about the sticky soft top?
This is the moment of truth.
All right, let's see.
Let's pull the roof up and see how we get on. There are catches that are supposed to be on this roof to allow the roof to come up in one.
It gets stuck there.
Yeah. Okay, I'm clear on this side. Okay. So it's coming.
It's this side.
It's on, yeah, this side.
If you come around here, Colin,
I'm okay on this side. I can feel this side wants to go. So I'm gonna hold it just there for a sec. There's nothing unusual about this. The soft top can be left in its storage area for years. One, the roof shrinks, but also the frame can seize. And if you force it, you will bend the frame and you could end up having the frame taken off and sent to a specialist to be realigned. So we will do everything we can not to put too much brute force into that frame that potentially could bend it.
The workshop embraces a whole spectrum of classics, from the everyday.
Once I put a thermostat in it, I can then tidy up the engine bay, and then once I've done that, I can start doing the bodywork.
To the iconic.
Tinker Days are about classic car owners bringing the vehicles that they love, their pride and joy, and we are very particular about making sure that you learn something from that journey.
Let's hope the next tinkerer to arrive isn't disappointed. Firmly navigating the past is this 1951 Jowett Javelin. One of the first British cars to be manufactured after the Second World War. This characterful classic features doors that hinge from the back, not from the front. In the 60s, they were deemed unsafe for passengers, which earned them the nickname suicide doors. And this burgundy beauty is owned by Don Bell.
I bought it about 10 years ago, and she's my little baby.
And to keep his all-original little baby in tip-top condition, Don prefers to roll up his sleeves.
I try to work on a car myself because I like the quirkiness of it, and you can still work on it. You don't need a computer to plug in and do everything. The gearbox has been out for some time. I've done work on the brakes.
And Don is proud of the fact he knows his classic inside out.
Jowett Javelin, there was two different models. There's a standard model with a metal dash and a deluxe model, and this is a deluxe model with a wooden dash, extra armrests on the seats, and in the boot it comes the deluxe version with its own toolbox.
But there's one problem that's got this veteran tinkerer stumped.
Right.
Hello there.
I'm Don.
Hi Don, I'm Nick. Thank you for bringing this in today. Cars like this were being made at a time when craftspeople were still involved in the manufacture. Kind of looking forward to it. So what brought you here today?
I'm here today because I'm going to a show and the horn's been playing up.
Okay. Help me out opening the bonnet up, because this will be like a first introduction.
Woohoo!
It doesn't take Nick long to spot something awry with the 70-year-old wiring.
Now those wires look a little bit poor, possibly a little bit of corrosion.
Corroded wires and poor connections could be the cause of Don's intermittent horn.
The wire and the terminal is probably a little bit corroded. I don't want to sort of like go in there and start playing around with what could be brittle wiring. So I've got to make sure that what I do doesn't actually make that situation worse.
Keeping the Javelin as original as possible is important to Don, so he's hoping Nick's fix will have a fairy tale ending.
The beauty and the beast of all of this is that it's all original, so that keeps its authenticity, if you like. But at the same time, because these original items are of such an age, that there's fragility in there that I don't want to actually mess around with.
But vintage car owners don't all agree on what it means to be authentic. Classic garage regular Darren has also come in for a wiring tinker in preparation for Goodwood Revival. But one with a difference. He's brought in his 1965 Austin-Healey, which is now whisper quiet. Thanks to an electric conversion. And it's a real head turner.
This car's got a 30 kilowatt battery pack, which is small. We didn't put a big one in because it's our prototype, it's for our testing. This is our high voltage and low voltage control unit. Below that we have our inverter, and below that we've got the motor.
But it's not to everyone's taste.
What on earth is that?
That's your future.
That is a 1965 Austin-Healey 3000 Mark III. This car is stunning. Everything about it is perfect. I would love to own this car until I get to the jewellery box.
Jewellery box. You want me to tell you why this car is better as an electric car?
No. I want you to tell me why you took a perfectly good engine out of a beautiful car and then put an oven and a microwave in there.
This car was not like this when we found it. It was scruffy, it was full of holes. So we took the car and we rebuilt it in an electric fashion. So we didn't take something that was perfect and changed it. We took something that needed a lot of work.
It's very clean inside, you know, considering its age, the fact that it's 50 years old.
So all we're going to do is tidy up these two ends. And again, we've got to be very delicate because this stuff's probably very brittle. Yeah.
Nick and Don are still busy working on the Jowett's aging wiring in the hope of solving the mystery of the intermittently working horn.
And now what I'm doing is I'm going to cut the corroded end off. Oh, there we go. Now, strip the wiring back. The fragility of all of this is the bit that makes you very concerned that you get it right. Okay, and even now there's still corrosion. So the corrosion seems to be all the way through the wire.
The wires are just about holding up. Nick has managed to improve the connection and has a solution to stop further decay.
So I'm going to use a little bit of copper grease just to coat that tail, if you like, just because that's an exposed part. So hopefully what I'm trying to do now is reduce the risk of it
corroded in the future.
If you've ever got to do any replacement of these items, that's when you could sort this problem out completely. But for the moment, we just want to leave it so as you've got a working horn, and yeah, look at that. That's better.
It's a temporary fix, but at least maintains the originality of the car for the time being.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's fine.
That's working well. And I think that's you done today.
What a shame. Is that all?
Speaking of originality, Colin's still struggling to get to grips with Darren's electrified 1965 Austin-Healey.
I do not like classic cars ever changing. This is the way they're supposed to be, with engines. I want to hear that engine roar. I want to smell the overfueling when it's ticking over in here, waiting for us to tinker with a carburettor. So putting an electric motor into one goes against every principle that I've got. I mean, I want to preserve all of these cars.
And you like to be able to press on the accelerator and fill the room up with smoke.
Yes.
The garage may be fume-free, but after a few final wiring tweaks, Darren's customized Classic is good to go. Next up is the upcoming Goodwood Revival Classic Car Show, where it will no doubt once again face a little more scrutiny from the classic car community.
This car is absolutely fantastic. Look at this. That paint is so deep, you could nearly swim in that.
But at least Colin now appears to be seeing the light.
I would buy it off of him, yes. And then I take the motor out and put the engine back in, because that's what it should have in there.
Maybe Colin's not quite ready for the electric revolution just yet.
Just listen to yours, listen to the Cobra, and listen to the Aero, all with V8s, naturally aspirated, and yet they all sound so different. It's just glorious.
So that was my sort of era. I had a H-Reg XR2i, but I sort of remember these, you know.
Cars often evoke cherished memories. It's part and parcel of the classic car community. All the talk of nostalgia on today's Tinkers is rubbing off on Nick.
I'd have to say that the car that in particular that reminds me of anyone is the car that my wife was driven to the church in when we got married. It was an old BMW 2000. We couldn't afford a lavish wedding. To save money, my uncle offered me the wedding car for my wife. That age of BMW certainly evokes that kind of a memory. It reminds me of the day when we got married. It was a very good day.
And the next car also holds an abundance of matrimonial memories. A near mint condition, all original 1960 Mercedes 180. It's been brought in by returning tinkerers Tim and Emma Slade, who are also hoping to prep the car for the upcoming Goodwood Revival event. It's a car near and dear to their heart, as they too got married in it.
That's it. Out we come. So yeah, I've come with my husband today, and between us we have a few old cars, but today we brought the oldest car. It's the car that he's owned the longest because it was his dad's from new, and it's a real sort of family heirloom. We promised never to sell it.
It's been a part of Tim's life for the last 60 years and is now capturing the attention of his fellow tinkerers.
I've been riding in it since before I was 3 years old, and I've tried to keep the car as original as possible, absolutely the way it would have been when it left the factory, but it does have a dirty secret.
And what would that be?
I'll show you.
Oh, exciting.
Surely petrolhead purist Tim's not made the Merc electric.
See, that's the original Blaupunkt radio.
Yeah.
And it was a valve radio, but that doesn't work anyway. A while ago, I decided I wanted music in the car, so I hid the stereo, and it's a bit more than it appears. It makes people laugh.
Well, it's maybe a little more high-tech than when it came out of the factory, but surely even the most meticulous classic car lovers will forgive you.
I'm okay on this side. I can feel this side wants to go.
Colin and Richard are still grappling with a stubborn soft top on a Stag.
I'm just going to move part of the frame. I think the frame, I can see the frame is actually bent to one side. So what I'm going to try and do is to ease the frame away from where it is, which will free it up enough for us to get the soft top up. I'm hoping this will do it in one go. There you go.
Oh, yes. Colin, you're the man.
With the roof now free, the next test is to see whether it will fix into place as it should.
This part I can get to, and then I can seem to get it in the hole. Yeah.
And it's
right.
And you've got it locked.
I'm quite comfortable at that point.
Okay.
But Richard's relief may be short-lived.
It's free here. There's no movement over there. The whole of this is bent. These frames, they bend so easily.
The deeper Colin delves, the more problems he discovers.
But here is a clip. The roof comes back and it locks into this clip. Now, the clip is too far away from where it's supposed to go. You see that there? Can you see the chrome clip?
Yeah.
You see how far away it is? On this side, it's completely missing. What this would normally lock into is gone.
Okay.
It should be right here. The hole's there, but the lug's gone. Most likely, it's broken off. For us to better understand what's happened with yours, I'm going to show you on mine.
And here's one Colin prepared earlier. This is how easily a Stag soft top should operate.
OK. Now, do you see how quick that roof went up?
Yes.
Now, the reason why I can get the roof up so quickly and it's not trapped in the compartment is because of this clever locking device. And here is the lug that bolts onto the frame. On your car, this lug is missing.
The bad news for Richard is specialist roof lugs for Stags aren't the easiest parts to source or fit.
Could I not just get someone to weld a lug on?
I wouldn't take that risk. If you put any heat into this frame, it will bend because the material is not very, very strong. Yeah.
But with the mystery solved, Colin needs to make sure the rest of the roof mechanism is working properly.
Yeah.
OK.
It's not looking promising.
At this point, I get up and I stand on it.
Do you know what's wrong with it?
No.
This roof has been in that compartment for so long, it's shrunk.
The material, it's sound, it's just dry.
If you were to wet this roof and leave it out overnight, say it rained in heavy rain, probably the next day, you'd just get hold of this, push it down.
As simple as that?
It could be as simple as that.
Oh, he's an expert, all right. Colin absolutely knows what to do. He knows it inside out. He knows her better than I do. Coming to this Tinker Day has really helped me understand a little bit more about the cars. You know, all the little bumps and bruises. I learned so much more about her. I'm going to take it away, well, you know, and get it done.
I just go and sit with mine in the garage sometimes when these two are out in the evening. They think I'm watching TV or something. I'm just sitting watching my car.
The workshop is full of classics that hold sentimental value.
And he's put plus ongoing interest because he borrowed money to buy it.
Today, a man has also brought in a car that is dear to his heart.
This is a model of an Oldsmobile Tornado. I've lost the wheels, unfortunately. I've had this since I was a child, really. When my dad bought his car, I've got mine, here's yours, you know, and I've kept it all these years. Because as a child, my first driving experience was steering this car. It means something to me. I would hate to lose it. I've kept it for 50 years or more, or something like that.
This Mercedes 180 also holds many memories for owner Tim. It's been a huge part of his family from the moment it rolled off the production line 62 years ago.
My father, in 1958, he bought a German car, and he actually went up to Stuttgart to the factory and collected it from factory gates, which you can still do. If you order a new Mercedes, you can still go and collect it from the factory. And in '61, when my sister and I were very young children, we took a month-long holiday through Sicily and Italy and Austria before we came home. It was also the first car I ever drove. My dad used to take me up to the army ranges, and he used to go off with the dog and say, yeah, you can work it out. And I learned to drive just on the gravel tracks around the army ranges. And I say 51 years later, and I'm still driving it.
And throughout those 51 years, the Merc had one niggling issue that Tim hopes Colin and his team can solve.
Right. Now, it's got a column gear change, which means it has a rather complicated gear linkage. And in some points in the gear change, something's rattling. And I want to get underneath and work out what is touching what.
Are you all right in there?
I'm ready.
Right, OK.
Tim's wife Emma is going to operate the gear stick, whilst Colin and Tim will keep their eyes peeled underneath the car for the likely cause of the rattle. And they quickly spot something amiss with the gear's bushes.
That one up there is the same bush, and that's a sort of whitey nylon. And I was surprised when these arrived and they were black. It's not quite the same thing.
Not quite the same?
No.
Bushes in the suspension joint and gear linkage allow the connecting parts to move freely and also absorb noise and vibrations, crucial to the ride quality of this premium German saloon. But Tim has spotted that one of the bushes has decayed.
That's what is
That's
in
the
there.
bush that's in there.
That is the right one. I'd forgotten I already had one. That is actually the correct Mercedes-Benz one. If you can get that in, no need for a sleeve.
Look at the size of the hole.
I know.
It's completely different.
Yeah, I think yank out the black one and put in the white one, which I know will be difficult because I've done it before. It's a really tight fit. Say lots of Vaseline and lots of swearing, and it might get it in.
Lubricant is one method, but as always, Colin has a clever alternative.
Boil a kettle. Pop that into a cup. Pop some hot water in it. Leave it for a while so it softens it, and then straight out of there, over to the car, and then we'll try and see if we can get it into the hole.
Come on, where is he?
It's Mark's turn to work on a Triumph now, and this time it's a 1976 Spitfire. This two-seat convertible was another result of the brand's partnership with Italian designer Giovanni Nicolotti. This charismatic convertible is owned by Jafar El Mourad, who bought it over 40 years ago.
Great to see you turn up. I was getting excited to see you and see the car. You know, how long have you had it? Have you had it since new?
I've had it since it was 6 months old. It was made in 76. I bought it in 77.
Wow, OK. Yeah, brilliant. Oh, it's lovely, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. I mean, when I bought it in 1977, it was very cool.
Right.
And now in the 21st century, it's very cool again.
Jafar may have tried out a number of colours over the years, but one thing's remained constant: its place at the heart of the family.
My youngest daughter, I used to take her to school in it.
Yeah, OK.
And one of her fond memories was being driven to school with the roof down, radio blasting. She felt she was the coolest kid in school. A friend of mine decided to get married and have his wedding down in Italy. I brought my son over as a co-pilot.
Right.
And I drove. That's my son, yeah. And you can see that's Pisa, obviously.
How old was he when you first got the car?
He wasn't born yet. I wasn't married.
Really? So really, they've spent their whole life with this car as well.
Well, they've known the car their whole lives.
Yeah. You know, that's what makes, you know, these classic cars so special, really.
Oh, it's part of the family.
Yeah, that's right. What's your concern? You know, why are you here today to have a tinker session?
I had the fuel tank changed and the sender unit because it was full of 45-year-old sludge.
Yeah.
And ever since it came back from the garage, it hasn't been reading right.
OK.
So when it's absolutely full, it says it's actually about 2/3 full.
OK.
And when it says it's empty, there's about 1/4 of a tank left.
Right, OK.
But it's a bit annoying when you've filled it all the way up and it says it's not full yet.
It's still right, OK. Let's have a look at the fuel gauge, can we?
So I'll just turn it on, and it should gradually creep up. It's saying about 1/4.
Just over 1/4, and you believe there to be how much?
It's closer to 1/2, I think.
How have you acknowledged that it's got 1/2 in there?
I have a very scientific instrument.
OK, show me this scientific instrument.
This is my scientific petrol gauge.
OK.
I simply stick it in the tank.
Right.
All the way to the bottom, and I take it out again.
And what's this, 32?
32 is the capacity of the 32 litres.
32 litres. So where were we?
Just about here,
on the dipstick?
somewhere.
So just under half?
Yeah.
Right, OK. So what we need to do is have a look at the sender unit, which I believe on these is behind the trim in the boot?
Yes. The sender unit is basically a float on a wire, rather like a toilet system. When it gets to the bottom, it says it's empty, and that tells in a system, it tells the water to fill up. So in this, it says it's empty, and it tells the fuel gauge it's empty, telling the driver to fill it up.
Mark suspects the false reading could be due to the sender unit being ever so slightly skew-if.
You can put that in different angles, which means your float could be in a different position, which means it might not operate and read properly.
In order to straighten it up, it will need removing. But with a potent mix of fuel and hand tools, that's easier said than done.
And normally with petrol, it's not the actual fluid that's the most flammable, it's the vapours that fuel gives off. And so just if you create a spark near here, you potentially, will have an explosion.
And it would have shown the progression between that one to this one.
The old round body one, that was, I know the one. Yeah, the old shape one.
Funnily enough, I had a Cooper S that was almond green with an old English white roof.
Ah.
Back with the Mercedes, Colin has been softening a rubber bush for Tim's gear linkage assembly. But Nick has come to play detective and may have helped solve this 50-year-old riddle.
Bought you a cup of mint tea, mate.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there you go.
Hasn't he? Except it's got a bush in it. Nick has found another problem, which I think may be the source, and luckily it's an easy one. I replaced the front engine mounts about a year ago because they were going soft, but the back one's soft as well.
Wow, that's completely disintegrated.
Yep, and it's a really easy job. And that may be the rattle. That might be the rattle. The rubber in the rear engine and gearbox mounting has perished, which means that it lowers this shaft, which shouldn't be so close to the metal there. And it may well be rattling from time to time because the rattle is intermittent. This mystery has been going on and off for most of the life of the car. Third gear, fourth. Yeah, I've got a mount to change, which is not a difficult job at all. So, yeah, once that mount's changed, I think we'll have got rid of the problem.
I was just being nosy, if I'm honest, and just noticing that something wasn't looking right. And, yeah, once that gets fixed, that should cure the noise.
Tinker Day has been excellent. Excellent. I may have to do the work myself when I get home, but I know what to do now. Just like Romeo and Juliet. Yeah, but Romeo would have had to go up. You're coming down.
You've been brilliant today, the pair of you.
He means the dogs, by the way.
Not a word. Thinking, where are we? I thought we were going down the park when we left home.
With a bit of luck, Tim should have time to source and fit the new part in time for the Merc's big day out at Goodwood Revival. The workshop is buzzing with tinkerers, itching to get to work on their classics.
It's like people and its personalities. You know, your personality seems to be transferred into the wagon. Or is it the other way around?
And after his conflict over the electrified Austin-Healey, Colin has once again found himself being taken back to the future in one of the most iconic classic cars in cinema history, a 1982 DeLorean.
And I see you got your flux capacitor.
Got flux capacitor, yeah, and the speedo.
And what happens when you get up to 88 miles an hour?
Speedo only goes to 85.
Oh,
yes.
Right. So, how do we get to the famous 88 then?
That's why they had to put the digital one on the dash.
Oh,
yeah.
right.
I find that quite funny.
Yeah, it's really funny.
Funny, that's hilarious.
Yeah, I know.
Back on the Spitfire, Mark's attempting to remove the fuel sender unit.
Real health and safety, you know, a bit of a sensitive moment. I've actually got a plastic mallet here so that when I do hit the lugs, it's not actually creating a spark.
Soon find out.
With the unit safely removed, has this tricky tinker been worth it?
It was fitted like this, so even though the tank was empty, the float could not come fully down. So the level would be here, and it would give us an incorrect reading. So what we're going to do is turn the fuel sender the right way round, fit it, so this notch is 180 degrees. That should then be level, so that would be the bottom of the tank, so it's empty, and we should have full movement of this arm.
That's the theory, but it all relies on Mark fixing the sender unit in exactly the right place.
If we can get the ring back on. What's the gauge showing right now, please?
OK, turning on now.
Yeah.
Will Mark's handiwork be a triumph?
Oh, it's definitely come up higher.
Right, so you think...
Reading over half now.
How high is that?
It's saying about 3/4.
So that's too high?
Yeah, probably.
Right, bear with me.
Actually, it's saying full now.
Bear with me.
It's full.
It's now saying it's... It is now saying it's full, yeah.
But as with most classic tinkers, the problem's not resolved yet.
There's a highly flammable substance in there, or chemical.
But Mark thinks he's found a fix.
So on the back of this sender, there's a lug. We've got a lug here, and there's also a lug inside the fuel tank that's exactly in the same place as this, so it can't go in that way. If we put this lug this side of the lug that's in there, basically it would raise this off the floor too much. So if we go that way, that then puts this exactly on the floor.
Well, on the forums, they said you can't rotate it because there are these lugs that position it. But actually, that's not completely true. You can rotate it other than into that position. where those lugs are. So the dilemma is whether to have it reading too high or reading too low.
So is it going up?
Now it's over half.
Yeah, just over half we probably should be at.
I think that's probably right.
I think we're almost there. We're just doing a manual test now with his self-made dipstick.
Yeah, it's just under half.
Just under half?
Yeah.
So we've got a manual test. The gauge is saying just under half.
With the sign-off from Jafar's trusty stick, Mark just needs to lock in the fuel sender unit before carrying out one final check.
I feel I'm happy with that. It's getting towards the halfway, isn't it?
Yeah.
These are not quite as responsive as a modern car. You know, as soon as you put ignition on, a modern fuel gauge will go straight up and switch the car off and the needle comes straight back down. These, they take quite a while for the needle to come up. You know, you're talking sort of a minute almost to get a proper accurate reading. You know, it's saying that he's got almost half a tank. Mm-hmm. So I think it'll be a case of filling it up to the brim, seeing it showing full on the gauge.
Great. Many thanks, Mark.
Yeah, it's OK. No worries. Well, I'll let you box it back up, connect your light back up. Right. Don't forget your high-vis screwdriver.
I really enjoyed working with Mark today because you could see his curiosity and his determination to get to the bottom of problems and to find a workable solution to it.
It was just a great tinkering job, you know, it really was, and that's what tinkering is. You know, just getting that time just to play around with the components and to fix something.
Thanks to today's Tinker session, Jafar will be able to make more family memories with his Spitfire without the need for his makeshift dipstick. It's nearing the end of the summer, and the shutters have come down on the classic car garage until next season.
I think the Tinker days have gone really well.
Colin and the boys are off to celebrate at Goodwood Revival, one of the most anticipated events in the classic car calendar, where they hope to catch up with friends and Tinker session regulars.
So when we look back at the year, what's your favourite car?
I think one of the favourites that I've had in has to be the Allegro, because it just sparks so many memories.
Austin Allegro, the poo car. Who gave it that name?
Our daughter Zara, when she was very young.
And I take it it's because of the russet brown?
Yes.
The Lambo, obviously, I've liked as a supercar. Sounds great, went out in it. Also, the Aero 8. You know, you've got the contrast between the old classic style, but they kept all the body shape. They kept the ash frame.
I mean, who doesn't like a Morgan?
Yeah.
I love the Tinker days. It's so much fun, and the people are excellent.
For the Viceroy, I think it's a rock song.
I really love that AC Cobra, though, that I worked on.
The involvement and the interaction with the classics has been like the cherry on the top. I think the Porsche. We're tinkerers for life.
The Goodwood Revival event is in full swing. In attendance are Colin and the boys from the classic car garage, taking time out from tinkering. Or so they thought.
You can see what happens. As soon as we get near an engine or something, we just gravitate towards it.
Goodwood Revival is a unique motor race event featuring not only treasured historic cars, but a celebration of vintage fashions that have survived across the generations, from the 1940s through to the 1960s. All with a good dose of British eccentricity.
Nothing to see here.
There are some familiar faces here too. Tim and Emma recently brought in their rattling Mercedes 180 for Colin and Nick to investigate.
I changed the gearbox that Nick spotted had collapsed. And yeah, it's been great. No rattles, no problems at all.
With a clean bill of health, it's immediately put into service. as a Goodwood Revival taxi. And their next passengers are Colin and Nick, being treated to a behind-the-scenes tour of the estate.
Oh, check this out.
It's also a chance for Colin and Nick to enjoy the benefits of their tinker on this Mercedes.
This car is a time machine. You can forget your DeLorean. This is the real deal. It's not missing even a part of a beat.
Elsewhere, classic garage regular Darren is busy chatting to other car enthusiasts about his electrified Austin-Healey.
We keep it as original as possible. The only thing we've changed on the dashboard is we have a voltage meter instead of the oil pressure gauge.
Which seems to be going down well.
But what I didn't expect is the Healey owners to say, oh, can you convert ours?
Colin is keen to see how the car has fared, and he's in for quite a surprise.
What's on the screen on this car? Darren, you've persuaded somebody to buy this car.
No, I didn't have to.
Are you saying the car just sold itself?
Absolutely.
Well, congratulations.
Did he convince you? Might you go for such a thing? Might.
Come on, let's go for lunch.
Meanwhile, the boys have found the racing paddock, where all the cars are prepped for the track. For Colin and the team, this is Tinker Heaven.
This is home, isn't it? The cars, the mechanics, the repairs, the simple things that you use to stop the car from rolling around. Look, stick a hammer underneath the wheel. It's the stuff that we do.
Amazing. What a tinker session this has turned out to be.
It's the last race of the day. They're going to go hell for leather for this. Guys, it's the end of the summer. We finally got there. As we raise a glass.
Yep. Drink to that.
To happy tinkering.
Yeah.
And long may it continue.
And long may it continue.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys. I've got some vinyl records actually. The other day, the guy has
Work's a treat now. Best bit on the car.
Oh.